What's up, guys? We definitely need to talk about this because this is beginning to be not only a problem for the community of Siren, but also just miscommunication from, I guess, whether it be myself to you guys or someone else that's still trying to spread false information about a show. Now, I have done everything in my power to, state how I feel about this, but I get tired of when people are stating something that is false and they want to continue to put misinformation out there and people want to believe. And I cannot tell you how many times I've had people say, oh, well, it's coming back, it's coming back. Okay, first of which, there is no indication of the show coming back. Let's be clear on that. You can't come out here and say, guess what, it's coming back. No, it is not. It is not coming back as of right now. There is no indication of Siren returning. In video. No, unfortunately, can't do that because apparently there are people out there that don't understand this fully. And I'm here to tell you once again, ladies and gentlemen, as of right now, it is not returning. There are plenty of videos out there. There are plenty of videos out there that have showed people buying the products of, the tails, the costumes, just, the arms, whatever it could be from the mermaid showing. Now, granted, some of it was CGI, granted, but at the same time, I don't understand how people want to be just oblivious to, it's because, one, what if you get someone into this franchise that, doesn't know it's ending until they actually look into it, and then people are like, oh, well, it's ending, or it's not ending, and the next thing you know, people are wanting to believe it. Now, if you go on to Google, okay, you type in Siren Season 4, and people will ask when there will be a Siren Season 4. People are saying November 25th of this year. That is false. To my knowledge, that is false. Why? Because it is showing only in one article and on Google search that it is coming back. There's been no indication from Freeform. There's been no indication from anything other than just random people asking, is it going to come back? No. Guys, I don't understand how hard it is to not look into something, to do your research. Do your research. Please. Please do your research. Because the more you keep saying about this, the more ignorant you look, the more stupid you are when you're believing something that's not real, that's not factual. And I had a comment on the other day stating, oh, hey, well, Gamster is coming on Netflix. I looked into it. That is false as well. There's no indication that it got picked up by Netflix. There's no indication of it being on Netflix. The only thing, now I have stated before that it could have gotten possibly picked up on, Siren could have been picked up on Hulu, Netflix, Sci-Fi, something. There's no indication, nothing that states, oh, hey, it got picked up. No, it did not. Because if it did get picked up, Netflix would have made an announcement about that. It would have made an article about that. The only thing that is on Netflix that is Siren related is called Siren. It's a movie that has nothing to do with the actual Freeform show. There's been no indication of the actors or the actresses talking about Siren. I have kept up with this. Guys, I do my research when it comes to Siren. If you've been following me long enough, you should know I do my research on Siren. I get tired of trying to explain to people that it is not returning as of right now. It could return later on, whether it be in a reboot or it gets possible picked up later on. It did. It happened with Lucifer, but Lucifer had a major support. Now, there are plenty of potentials out there. There are plenty of people out there that love this franchise as much as I do, that has really put a lot of possibilities into what this show could be and what it was going towards. Now, again, the show is not perfect. It had issues. Yes, it did. But at the same time, there was a lot of love and care into this show. And I think at the same time, a lot of people need to understand that, unfortunately, yeah, it went away. And at the same time, we also need to fully understand that we can't go on what someone else says. We have to do our research. We have to look into something. And I always get told, oh, well, you have to provide it to us. And one, Where do I have to provide that out? I list my sources. Some of you guys still don't want to believe me. Some of you guys still want to say, oh, well, you're lying or you're spreading false information. Okay, how am I spreading false information when I'm coming and I'm doing these videos? I've been the main person leading the Siren Brought Back campaign pretty much. Because apparently no one knew about Siren ending until I brought it up. Because I was one of the first videos to bring it up. Nobody else did, only me. And then everyone's like, oh, well, no, it was me. No, it wasn't. It was me. If you look at all my videos, whether it would be a theory, whether it would be a possibility or a review, those are the main ones out there. There's other people doing it, yes, of course, but mine were one of the top videos that were out there. And when you search Siren, Freeform Siren Season 4, mostly my videos are going to pop up. I've had others do that. My videos pop up, so I was one of the top ones doing that. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to say, oh, well, I'm the best one when it comes to that. No, I'm just showing you guys factual evidence. But you can't have someone out here saying, oh, well, it's going to come back on Netflix, or it's going to come back on Hulu. No, because it's not. As of right now, it is not returning. It is not returning. There's no indications of it returning. Siren is done. Now, again, if it comes back where it says, oh, it's coming back in November. Let's say it comes back in November, okay? Let's play devil's advocate here. If it comes back in November, if it comes back in November, great. But here's the problem. They need to be ready to show us that. Now, again, they could show us that during summertime. If we have Comic-Con actually this year, depending on how the world goes, we could have a possible trailer for it if they are working about it. Maybe they're keeping things quiet. Nobody knows. But there is no confirmation of the particular show or the actors or the actresses showing, hey, guess what? There is no indication of the show coming back. And I don't like when people want to give others information that is false. That is not how I am. I don't like people having misinformation. I've given wrong information in the past. I always come back and I make it the best I possibly can. I just personally want Siren to come back, but I want to come back on a good note. I don't want anything to be false. I don't want no one else to be misled. That is the reason why I get very protective. I get very angry on not just the show, but I like the show. I enjoy the show. I enjoy the storyline. I enjoy the mythology with Siren as well, but I also get very protective of when someone's coming out trying to basically provide information to me that I'm false when I'm actually showing them actual facts rather than showing them they're showing possibilities. They're not actually showing factual evidence. And there's a difference between actual evidence to, possibility of it happening. There's a difference between factual and, fictional. So that's the only thing I have to say here, guys. I mean, I can't keep coming back here trying, force someone to listen or to understand what I have to say, or another individual has to say. You're going to believe what you want to believe at the end of the day. But at the same time, don't be a dummy and believe someone else's word. You don't believe my word, that's perfectly fine. I'm showing you evidence. You don't have to believe me. I'm not saying you have to believe me. But at the end of the day, you're going to be looked at and say, okay, well, why do you believe this when there's no evidence? Because you're going to be looked at differently. I don't want that to happen. But again, I can only do so much. But hopefully you guys are on the same page. I am finally with this. Hopefully you are finally understanding that Siren, as of right now, has not yet returned. It may not return. It's possibly not going to return. That is fine. That is perfectly fine. We've done what we could. We have to move on. So on that note, this may be my last Siren related video. If we do get a possible reboot, continuation somehow, some way, okay, that would be absolutely amazing. But if we don't, that's okay too. Maybe somewhere later down the line we can actually get it. So let me know what you guys think about this, as always, and I will always see you guys on the very next video. Take care, be humble, and I'll see you down in the comments.